Hello, 8th grade. Welcome to lesson 55, Basic Tables. Today we're going to create tables, change widths of columns in tables, use table styles, change table styles and headings, and design a basic table. So, tables are used to organize information. Information is arranged vertically in columns and horizontally in rows. So we have columns going up and down, rows going across. The place where a row and a column cross is called a cell. So here's an example of a cell right here. The text numbers and formulas or calculating amounts can be entered in a cell. When text is keyed in a cell, it wraps within the cell instead of moving to the next row. A line space is added to a cell each time the text wraps within it. Guidelines mark the outline of the area for each cell and are not printed. Use the tab key or arrow key to move from cell to cell in a row and from row to row. To fill in a table, key text in the table cells. Tapping enter will cause a blank line space to be added to the cell. To move in a filled-in table, use the arrow keys, tab, or click the mouse. Text in a table can be formatted by font size, color, alignment, style, and so on. We'll keep going here. In the same manner as text in letters and reports you have completed. By default, the borders that outline cells in the table grid, as shown in Figure 7-1, will be printed. Alrighty. Alright, so table format guidelines. The main heading describes the content of a table. Unless directed otherwise, key the main heading in all capital letters. Apply bold and center align the heading. The main heading may be keyed as the first row in the table grid, as shown in Figure 7-1, or above the table grid. A column heading appears at the top of a column and describes the data in the column. Unless directed otherwise, key column headings in bold, capital, and lowercase letters, and center align in the column. Key data in cells using default font unless directed otherwise. Data in cells can be left aligned, right aligned, or centered. Usually numbers are right aligned and words are left or centered. Center tables horizontally on the page. Center the table vertically on the page, or begin the table at or near the 2-inch vertical position. Tables can be printed with cell borders showing or without cell borders showing. Unless directed otherwise, print tables with cell borders showing. Alright, so we're going to start Word. And we're going to open up a blank document. And it says, complete the following steps to create the table shown after step 5. So it says to begin at or near the 2-inch vertical position, so that means we need to hit the enter key 3 times. Okay, and key the main heading in capital letters, so turn on your caps lock and we'll bold it as well as center align. So fundraising results for room 202. Alrighty, I'm going to turn off the bold, turn off, we'll leave center on, and we'll hit enter once. Okay, and then it says to select the insert tab, and we'll choose table. The table drop-down list in the tables group should appear, and then use your mouse to create a table for 4 columns and 5 rows. So I need 4 columns, but I need 5 rows, so it'll be 4 by 5 table. A 4x5 table grid will be inserted below the main heading, so we're going to click. It says key the column headings in row 1 using bold and center alignment. Tap the tab key one time to move to the next cell in row 1. So turn your page over to 239 so you can see the column headings. I'm going to make sure that it's set to bold still, and we'll type name. We don't want our caps lock on. Amount. Hold on, though, I do want it to be bold. So I'm going to highlight this and make sure it's set to bold. Try that again. Okay, amount, name, amount. Okay. So those are our column headings, and they're going to describe the information that's in the cells below. It says key the data in the cells in rows 2 through 5 as shown in the table. Use the default alignment. Okay, so we're going to have it set to left align for all of this. So I'm just going to highlight these and make sure everything is left aligned. Okay, so then start typing. Okay, and then I hit tab to move to the next row. $128.23. Mary Henry. 93.66. Tab. Julio. Clemente. 114.56. Vinny Warner. 91.42. Carrie Gorski. 106.09. Naomi Quinones. That's a tough one to say. 89.77. Lawrence Miller. 99.25. And Betty Upton. 82.50. Get rid of that E there. Gonna ignore all there, okay. It says step 6 says to select the cells under the column heading in column B. So I'm going to select these 4 cells, and it says and change the alignment to right align. Okay. And then step 7 says right align the cells under column D. So I'm going to change these here to be right aligned. And then it tells us to save the document. So we're going to go to File, Save As, browse, go to our Keyboarding 8 folder. Let's make a new folder called Chapter 7. And we'll name our document 55A Table 1. Save. And then it tells us to close the document. Okay, so next we will type table 2. So we'll open up Word, go to a blank document. says open a new blank document. Key the table's main heading shown below, beginning at or near the 2 in vertical position, so we'll need to hit enter 3 times. 3. Alright, and we will need to bold and center this and turn on your caps lock. Spring Valley Middle School FBLA officers. So we'll hit enter. And we will insert a table grid that is 4 by 6, 4 columns by 6 rows, so 4 by 6. So make sure you have 4 columns and 6 rows. I am going to bold, and we're going to type in the column headings. Name. I'm going to highlight the first row and choose bold for all of it. Office, room, telephone. Okay, I'm going to select all of this again. Make sure bold is turned off, and I'm going to left align. Alright. Joe Longo, President 218 330 555 0110. A key to typing in things like phone numbers and dollar amounts is to use your keypad on the right side of your keyboard. It's actually a little bit faster than typing using the number keys at the top of your keyboard. Oh, I spelled president wrong. Okay. Brent Diaz. Okay, so step 3 tells us to apply bold and center alignment to the main heading and the column heading, which we already did. And it says to use left alignment for words and right alignment for numbers. So for right here, these 2 cells, I'm going to need to change those to right align. And then we're going to save the document. Oh, I gotta move that into lesson 7. Open up our chapter 7 folder, and we're gonna save it as 55A table 2. Save. Alright. So for 55B, says column widths can be changed in different ways. In this lesson, you will use the AutoFit contents option and the AutoFit feature. AutoFit contents, adjust column widths to be just wide enough for all the contents in a column to fit in the cells. The AutoFit window option is in this feature, adjust the column widths to fit within the left and right margins in your document. Another way to change column widths is to enter numbers in the table column width box in the cell size group in the Table Tools Layout tab that displays when you click within a table. In this box, you can set a column to an exact width, such as 1 inch or 1.56 inches. Alright, so it tells us to open 55A2 Table 2 that we created in 55A, and it tells us to click inside a cell of the table to display the Table Tools Layout tab. Alright, so it says to click inside a cell of the table to display the Table Tools Layout tab. In the cell size group, so we're going to click inside a cell of the table and then to display Table Tools Layout tab. In the cell size group, which is right here, we're going to click the AutoFit button and we're going to choose AutoFit Contents as shown in Figure 7-4. Note that the table is not centered horizontally after the change in column widths. You will learn to center a table horizontally later in a later lesson. Save the document as 55B Table 1. So we'll go to Save As, Chapter 7, 55B Table 1. Alright, so next we're going to open up 55A Table 1 that we created earlier. Oh, let's go to File, Open. 55A Table 1 that we created in Lesson 55A. It says to click any cell in column A, so column A would be the first column, and change its width to 1.5 inches. So go to Table Tools Layout, and in the width box right here, we'll type 1.5. Step 3 says to click in a cell in column B, and we're going to change its width to 1 inch. I'm just going to type 1 and press Enter. Use the same procedure to change the width of column C to 1.5. And table D, or column D to 1 inch. Oops. Press Enter. Okay. This table also will not be centered horizontally. We're going to save the document in our Chapter 7 folder as 55B Table 2. Save. Okay. Tables 3 and 4. It says open data file 55D or B table. So I'm going to go to my data files here. Let's go to keyboarding 8, data files 55B table right here. We'll open that up. Okay, it says use AutoFit Contents option to change the column widths. AutoFit column width, or AutoFit Contents, whoops. Then says to save the document as 55B Table 3. So we'll go to Chapter 7, 55B Table 3. Save. It says to open DF55B table again. Alright, and this time we're going to set the widths for column A So here's a shortcut. I can highlight column A and then I can hold down my control key and select column C at the same time. And then, I guess it won't let me do that. I'll have to do it one at a time. So we're going to change this column width to 1.6. Change this one to 1.6. And then B, we're going to change it to 0.6. And D, we'll change that one to 0.6 as well. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to save this document as 55B table 4. Save. And then close it. So I'm going to close out of all these documents that I have open right now. Alright, so 55C, Table Styles. After a table has been inserted, features in the Table Styles group and the Table Style Options group in the Table Tools Design tab can be used to format your table. A table style is a ready-made assortment of colors and borders used to format a table. This feature can be used before or after text is keyed. Also, features in the Styles group in the Home tab can be used to enhance the appearance of the main heading or other text in a table. So we're going to open up 55B table 4. Oh shoot, we gotta go back here. Out of our chapter 7 folder. 55B table 4. Okay. And it says click in a cell in the table to display the Table Tools Design tab. So you have to be clicked inside the table to see Table Tools Design tab. Okay, and we're going to click the plain Table 4 style. So here's the styles. Okay, and it says it's the 5th one in the first row. Oh, whoops, up here. Plain Table 4 style. In the Table Styles group to format your table. Alright, so it tells us to remove banded rows. So remove the checkbox from the banded rows column box on the Table Style Options group to shade every other row in your table. It says to remove the remaining shading in the table. Oh, whoops. I want to say banded columns. We're removing the banded rows. To remove the shading in the table, choose Table Grid Light Style, the left one in row 1. Table Grid Light, which is this one. And it says use options from the Table Styles group and the Table Style Options group to apply formatting that you believe is appropriate for this table. Okay, so maybe we want to say banded columns. You can kind of pick around and play with whatever you want for this one. It says select the main heading of the table and apply the heading 1 style from the styles group on the Home tab. Okay. Use the heading 2 style to format the, oh whoops, let's see, let's do this. This one should be heading 1, and these should be heading 2. Okay. It says save your document as 55C table. Alright, save. Next it says 55D, change table styles and heading styles. So for this one, you're going to open up a 55B table 1 that you completed, and we're going to use features in the styles, table styles, and table style options group. Format the table in an attractive, easy to read manner. Okay, so I recommend maybe doing headings, heading 1, and then we'll change this to heading 2. Then on the design tab, you can choose a style that you think looks nice. I kind of like this one. Okay, but you can pick whichever style you'd like. So if you like green or yellow, you can pick. That's kind of nice looking as well. Okay. So then once you're done, I'm going to save as Chapter 7. We're going to save it as 55D table. Save. Okay. So for 55E, you guys are going to be on your own. So on page 241, you are going to build a table and style it in an attractive way using the table styles, using AutoFit contents, and using all the skills that we've learned in the rest of this lesson. Good luck!